What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and welcome back to another edition of Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast, aka Three-Way Dance Goes to the Movies this week, because we're going to be reviewing a movie, and joining me, as always, is my Wrestlelicious partner, Shelby, aka Shubs. Shelby, aka Shubs.
No. I'm not acknowledging that. I'm just not.
And joining me, as always, is Blubberbutt himself, Nick.
Oh, damn. How can I come up with... Oh, wait.
It's from the goddamn movie we're reviewing.
I know. I was trying to come up... I was trying to think of what exactly he says when the What's up, everybody? For fuck's sakes. Oh, not tonight, Cletus. I'll kick your ass.
All right, and like I said, this is Three-Way Dance Goes to the Movies here tonight. We were gonna do this episode last week, but my internet went kaput when I was gonna sit down and actually review the fucking movie. So I was like, fuck it. So we're gonna do it here tonight, and we're also gonna play a movie edition of He Said What. Nick actually picked this movie. We're gonna be reviewing The Nutty Professor. Jerry Lewis's Nutty Professor here. No, we're not falling for that.
I didn't watch that one. I've never watched that one.
I was just paying attention to the way you say professor.
Why?
It sounds like professor.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm just in my own little world here.
All right. So that you made me lose my fucking train of thought. God damn it. So Nick chose this movie here tonight because we figured, I think, Shelby picked the last one, so we figured why not let Nick pick this one? Because I think right after we got up, he was like, I never get to pick anything. We're like, fine, pick the movie.
I never said that.
No, I think we just were like, no, Nick hasn't picked a movie yet, and he hadn't
something
picked
like
a movie
that.
yet.
Yeah,
no, because I remember saying something like, okay, as a consolation prize, you can pick the movie. And then he was like, Nutty Professor. And then Shelby was like, oh, man.
Well, that definitely happened.
That did happen, yeah. That did happen.
But yeah, this movie with Eddie Murphy here, Eddie Murphy has a long resume of movies here.
A lot of them are shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit. So I figured before we get into the movie review, we talk about, like we did with Quentin Tarantino, we talk about some Eddie Murphy movies here. Now, other than Nutty Professor, Nick, since you picked this movie, do you have any other favorite Eddie Murphy movies other than this one?
Nutty Professor 2, Trading Places, 48 Hours, the first Beverly Hills Cop.
It's funny that you mentioned Nutty Professor 2, because I was just telling Shelby before you hopped on, after I got done reviewing this, the second one popped up on Netflix. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I watched the second one. Let me watch this. And I got to tell you, it does not hold up.
I haven't tried to watch the second one again, and I'm kind of wondering myself, because there was a lot in that I don't know. I feel like it would have been better had it actually been that Jada Pinkett was in it. She was supposed to be, but then she got pregnant with Jaden, and that's why the role then got changed, so that was Janet Jackson.
See, I don't understand, why don't they just make Janet Jackson the same
Carla?
role? But yeah.
I think it was probably just that they didn't look alike. I mean, Janet Jackson's like a foot taller.
So Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle don't look alike, and they're playing the same character.
That's fair, but that's also a superhero. Yeah. That's all. I mean, they can. Although I suppose they did have the same. They did have the persona. It's like the person before War Machine. Yeah, I get your point. I don't know. And then when you think about the start of Nutty Professor 2, where there's the dream with Buddy and he mentions Carla, and it's like, oh well, but you were a pig, and then so she basically we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But anything before Nutty Professor 2 is good, excluding the Shrek movies, and then you get post Nutty Professor 2, and it's just oh no.
See, in some of those movies they made after Nutty Professor 2, I kind of a lot of people rag on 1,000 words, and I kind of dug 1,000 words.
I haven't actually watched all of it, but some of it I was like, you know what, this isn't bad. Meet Dave was awful.
I didn't even bother with that one.
Actually, I will say Dr. Dolittle was good, but Dr. Dolittle 2 wasn't.
Now, you probably watched it and I didn't because music's your thing, but have you watched Dreamgirls?
I have a copy of that. I haven't actually watched
Because
it.
that's the movie that almost won him an Oscar.
I know, and then he made Norbit, and then the Academy was like, fuck you, Eddie Murphy.
Well, Norbit was, believe it or not, nominated for an Oscar. So.
Hey, you doing?
And this movie, Nutty Professor, was actually nominated for an Oscar as well.
And Eddie Murphy was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor, Musical or Comedy for this movie as well.
And Shelby, do you have any other favorite Eddie Murphy movies?
You know, we were talking about it last time we were on, and I don't think, I'm just looking at the list now. I haven't seen a lot of these movies.
Really?
Obviously, I've seen Shrek, and I know you hate Shrek, but I like Shrek, and I like Donkey in Shrek. I think he's a good character. I feel like I watched Tower Heist at one point.
Tower Heist is pretty good.
And
he was like a supporting character in that movie, but it was still pretty good. I dug Tower Heist.
Like, I've seen the Nutty Professor before, I believe, but I mean, I was like fucking 5 in '96, so I don't remember a lot of it. You know, I've heard a lot about Raw, but yeah, I haven't actually watched a lot. I feel like I would like Beverly Hills Cop, though. I've heard a lot of good things about Beverly Hills Cop. I feel like
the first one's good, but the others.
Well,
see, I fucking love Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Not to mention Coming to America.
Oh
yeah, I've heard good things about that one too.
The second one, not so much, but the first one,
yeah.
hell yeah.
The second one's like, okay, it's all right. You know, it's glad you finally got to make it. But the first one, that's where it's all at. You know, if you ever get to watch it, if you could ever watch one Eddie Murphy movie, I would say that would be the one. You know, because that's a great one. And one that seldomly gets talked about when people are just like, Eddie Murphy. Shelby, obviously, but maybe Nick has. You ever see The Golden Child?
I haven't actually watched it. I know about it. I've heard that it's pretty good.
That's a good one.
He is also Mushu in Mulan, which is like one of the good parts of that movie.
It's another movie I haven't seen.
I never watched Mulan either. I really had no care for it.
I know a lot of people are like pissed off about the new Haunted Mansion and how there's no Eddie Murphy, but I didn't watch the first Haunted Mansion movie like with Eddie Murphy, so I'm like, eh.
That was one of those movies we got like fucking 12 copies of when I worked at Blockbuster, so I had to hear about it every fucking day.
Yeah.
To the point where like I didn't even want to watch the fucking movie. Do you have a copy of Haunted Mansion? Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? No, I'm checked out. Leave me alone. And that was one. I'll never forget this. This is still movie related. So I was working there one day, and you know, I was a customer service rep. So my job is to come up with the next best solution for you to get what you want. So everybody's driving me nuts about Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion. Do you have Haunted Mansion? Do you have it? Like, fuck, leave me alone. So a guy comes up, and he's like, do you have a copy of Haunted Mansion? I'm like, oh, fuck. No, I don't. So I was just like, you know what? I have a copy for sale if you'd like to buy one. Gets all pissy with me. He was like, I didn't ask for it for sale. I was like, oh, I'm sorry for the convenience. Fuck out and get stabbed that night. But so all of them were reasonable.
Fair, you weren't wrong.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have it for rent. I do have one for sale, though. You'll still get to watch the fucker. Yeah, you'll have to pay a little bit more. But still, it's the best I can do for you. Yeah, exactly. It's the best I can do for you in this exact moment. You know? But that's why I never want to watch the movie. Just a lot of movies ended up being that way at Blockbuster because I had to hear about them so much from people like, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? And I'm just like, oh my God, leave me alone. That I just don't even want to watch the fucking movie. You know? Oh my God. Like Waist Deep with Tyrese Gibson. Oh my God. Jesus.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, lucky you. They sent us 28 copies of it. I'll never forget. They sent us 28 copies. We were what we call, we were literally called this in the Blockbuster system. We were called an urban store, meaning we mainly serve Hispanics, African Americans, minorities, shit like that. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, my honky ass in there, you know. So they sent us 28 copies of Waist Deep starring Tyrese Gibson. and they sent us 215 copies of Click starring Adam Sandler.
Gross.
They could guess what movie everybody wanted that weekend.
Waist deep.
Oh my God. You have Waist Deep? You have Waist Deep? Oh my God, please let me. But I thought it was guaranteed or it's free. That's only for certain titles.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah,
Wow.
they never read the fine print. To be
Yeah.
fair, that should be like part of the disclaimer when it runs the commercial.
We do have Click.
Yeah, we have Click. We have plenty of them. You know?
Hey, I'm not a big Adam Sandler fan, but I enjoyed Click when it came.
Yeah, Click was good. I will
Yeah.
say Click was good. Yeah. That's a combo movie we need. We need an Adam Sandler Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's never happened, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Has Eddie Murphy done a Disney? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, we're just talking about it. Done.
Yeah.
Daddy
was just thinking-
Daycare was also good.
No, it was not. Please
I
stop.
enjoyed that movie.
You're fucking retarded.
Well,
What was that shit you said you were smoking the other night? What was it in the group chat?
it was called Jet Fuel.
Was that what? No, that's not what you said.
The pot was called Jet Fuel.
That is not what
Was
you
it-
said.
Oh, hopium.
Opium. That's what I was like. I was like, that is not what you said.
I said
would've
that to
remembered
Shelby
Jet
like
Fuel.
the week before last. Never mind. Sorry. I was confused.
Oh my God. You were on some fucking crack at that point. So I was like, I
That's
would
not
remember.
crack.
I would have remembered the term jet fuel, but yeah, hopium. I was like, wait a minute, that is not what you said. I was scrolling too. Like, wait a
No,
minute.
seriously, for real. Daddy Daycare is good.
Maybe if you get high enough, maybe I don't know.
Well, maybe I was at the time.
Maybe that's,
Actually, no, I hadn't started smoking before then. So I just enjoyed it. I don't know. I probably wouldn't now, but I mean, I was like, what, like 20 years ago? Almost. Pretty much.
And speaking of enjoying it for the first time, I actually went. Well, Shelby said he was 5 at the time when this movie came out, but I actually went and saw this in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I actually saw it twice. I can't remember. I know one for sure. So. Okay, I think that's all the Eddie Murphy talk we have because Shelby hasn't seen half his catalog. So
Yeah.
I thought that was going to go longer, like the Quentin Tarantino one, but I guess not. Okay,
I've seen so much more Quentin Tarantino compared to Eddie Murphy.
obviously.
And
Yeah.
there's so much less overall.
Yeah, but like, and I mean, nothing against Eddie Murphy, but I feel like the quality in general it's more in tune with what I like, but I think it's better in general too.
You'd probably like all the Eddie Murphy movies I hate, like Metro.
I mean, it would kind of make sense. We generally have very different tastes
Just
for.
don't watch The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
See, that's not as bad as people make it out to be.
That movie's ridiculous. And
I mean, it's
stupid.
ridiculous, but like, I mean, it's not meant to be a serious fucking movie.
Just looking at like the title cover, I don't think I'd like it.
No, it's fucking stupid.
I will say it's stupid, but like it's like Dumb and Dumber stupid. Like you're not expecting a serious movie, you know.
Uh,
But people use its box office number to determine the quality of the movie, and I think that's unfair.
It's still really dumb.
It is.
I
It's
mean-
dumb. I will admit it's dumb in some parts, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be.
yeah.
People think just because-
really dumb.
People think just because it didn't make any money at the box office, it's a bad movie. That's not necessarily true.
No, I mean,
I will say though, I do want to watch Mr. Church.
You know, I never
That's
watched that.
supposed to be really good.
Like really later Eddie Murphy, I haven't been watching. You know, like My Name is Dolomite, Mr. Church.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
Dolomite is my name. That's what it's called.
Dolomite is my name.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into The Nutty Professor, 1996, directed by Tom Shadyac. Anybody know another big movie directed by Tom Shadyac?
Didn't he do Dumb Dumber?
He did Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
That's yeah.
Did Ace Ventura, Pet
Yeah.
Detective, which I was actually like
Bruce
when I saw-
Almighty too, didn't he?
Did he do Bruce Almighty? No, because I think
Yeah, he did.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be damned. Oh,
I
okay.
was just like, I'm gonna rock that wiki, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he did.
Yeah, but when I was
Oh,
like,
sorry. Evan Almighty, the sequel to Bruce Almighty.
No,
Evan Almighty.
Tom Shadyac. Hang on a minute here.
Oh,
Tom
okay, yeah,
Shadyac
no, Bruce Almighty as well.
directed-
Yep, you're right.
Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty, Pat Adams, Liar.
I don't think I've
did-
seen
he did
Bruce Almighty, but
also
I've never
true.
heard of Evan Almighty.
Yeah, that's the sequel. Evan
Yeah,
Almighty.
that's on the.
It's a decent watch.
Interesting.
It's I don't. But to be
I've never
fair,
watched all of it. I sit through
but
it.
to be fair, I don't like Bruce Almighty that much.
Yeah.
You know. Oh wow, yeah, he did both of them. I'll be damned.
He's also an executive producer for
I fucking
Eight
love
Simple Rules.
Liar.
Yeah, I forgot he did Liar. Huh. And how could
of
you forget?
course.
And how could you forget Frankenstein, the college years?
Frankenstein.
I have no idea. I've never seen it. All right.
I mean, I haven't seen that one, but I've seen Frankenstein.
But yeah, when I saw his name pop up in the credits, I was like, "Oh, I'll be damn! I didn't know he directed this." You know. So here we go. The movie begins with a Richard Simmons parody. Lance Perkins, believe it or not, played by Eddie Murphy. Yeah, first time I saw that, I couldn't believe that was fucking Eddie Murphy playing him.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, that was that white guy. That
when
was,
you hear when you really listen to his voice, though, you can hear Eddie Murphy in there.
and I fucking love that. I'm a pony. That fucking cracks me up.
Don't you feel like a pony? Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat?
I'm a pony. And we see Sherman Klump, played by Eddie Murphy, getting ready for his day. We then see a herd of hamsters. I was writing down gerbils the whole time, and then it came to that scene later where it's just like, well, actually, it's a hamster. A gerbil is more. So I was like, fuck, it was a
I
hamster.
thought they were fucking mice at first. I don't know what the fuck I was on.
We then see a herd of hamsters invading a college campus as the dean, played by the great Larry Miller. I fucking love Larry Miller. You know, he always
What
plays like a
happened to
very.
him?
I don't know. He's not in a lot of shit anymore, but he's great. Larry Miller was in a movie with Kirstie Alley, God rest her soul, and Tim Allen in a movie called For Richer or Poorer, and he just hams it up in that fucking movie, and it's phenomenal. If that movie's on a streaming service somewhere, we need to review that movie one day because it's fucking great. Plus, he always plays like these deadpan characters, like in here. You know, he's also in Carrot Top's movie, Chairman of the Board. And I mean, God, you think he hams it up in fucking For Richer or Poorer? Oh my God. He's like chewing scenery in fucking Chairman of the Board. But I fucking love Larry Miller. He asked for Klump. We then see Klump arriving at the campus to see the aftermath of the hamster invasion. Klump heads to the lab to find out his excessive weight loss was the cause of the release of the hamsters onto the campus. And here's where I have a question. He was explaining to like his Jason, the lab guy who will come in later, and like the other people, he was like, I could have swore that last night I put my books over here and then I turned over here, and then that's when his stomach hit it, and then when he hits it, it does and all the doors open. How the fuck did he not hear that when he left last night?
Yeah, that was my thought too.
You know, like, so he just heard that.
Maybe he wasn't paying attention.
Not paying attention. That thing was like enough to pierce your ears.
Yeah, then he was brain dead at that point. Then,
like, yeah,
he was a pony at that point. You know,
maybe he was listening. Maybe he was listening to something on his Sony Walkman.
Yeah.
Maybe he was listening to Teddy P on his Walkman and just didn't hear it.
Maybe he was listening to Lance Perkins. You know. Yes. We then cut to Klump meeting with Dean. We then cut to Klump meeting with Dean Richmond as he struggles to sit comfortably in the chair, which I like. I like when Dean Richmond's like, "Can I get you anything? Coffee, rack of lamb?
No juice, coffee, rack of lamb."
No, I'm fine.
No, sir, I'm fine.
Dean tells Klump that they have lost their funding for the science department due to the hamster snafu. Dean then tells Klump that they have to meet with the final wealthy donor that can fund the science department. As this is happening, a hamster is defecating into the dean's coffee. Klump tries to warn him to go. Clump tries to warn him to no avail. Dean dismisses Clump. The hamster then falls into his coffee.
Yeah. Now listen to me carefully, you fat tub of goo.
Now listen to me carefully, you. I know which in the oh god, was it the second movie? It had to be the first movie because later on in the movie he's like, I'm going to say something to you that I've always wanted to say to you. You're fat, and I'm like, you said it to him like in the beginning of the fucking movie.
A lot of times he said that.
Yeah. We then see Clump teaching in class as he writes on the chalkboard. His excessive weight is erasing what he has written, much to the delight of his students. As the bell rings, Clump opens a secret drawer to a Snickers, which makes him happy for a few seconds. Which I like the music that plays over that when he bites into the Snickers, just to like really what's the word I'm looking for here?
Do.
I'm gonna say enunciate, but that's not the word I'm looking for here.
They sexualize the Snickers bar.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just
Like
to really put
up.
that cherry on top of the sundae.
Always wanted to sexualize a Snickers bar.
Just to really put that on top there, like this is what makes him happy. You know? After trying to Jordan, the rapper, he bends over and hears his name said by Carla Purdy, played by, and then, Jada Pinkett. And Clump is smitten by her right away, and Purdy is a fan of the work Clump has done. Now, we cut to the famous dinner scene where Eddie plays everyone except for the young boy. Now, fun fact about this, I'm sure Nick knows, but this dinner scene, Universal, who made the movie, Universal Studios, they wanted to cut the whole scene because it didn't push any of the plot. Now, when I was reading this, I was like, ain't that some fucked up shit? Because this is like a funny scene in the fucking movie. Then as I'm watching it through the critic's eyes, I'm like, wow, this doesn't push any plot.
No.
I didn't know that, but it does push a plot because it pushes the plot because Cletus starts going on about how you'll always be fat and like disregarding his research. And it's right. It's like, it does push the plot.
Yeah,
because Sherman's basically being slammed for being fat, even though he's trying to say like we're trying to like cure weight loss.
But I don't think it's really pushing it. It's just like, let's just say for the benefit of the doubt, it's basically a 10-minute fart joke with like a 1 minute of plot.
And it's like they just added the plot in because they're like, well, I guess it has to go with the movie. This was like my least favorite scene in the movie. I fucking hated this. I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Now, I will admit, when I saw this as a kid in theaters, this scene was hysterical.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
It's just like watching like the old wrestling pay-per-views now through the eyes of a child. Oh my God, it was a great wrestling match. But like now, as we review it as a critic and as an adult and shit like that, this, I will admit, it does not push anything. And yeah,
it still is hilarious.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, some of it to me was still funny. You know, I'm all for a good fart joke every now and then. You know, but yeah, I do get why Universal wanted to cut it now. I do get it. You know,
I just like, I mean, when you say it doesn't push the plot, it does push the plot because afterward, before Sherman leaves and goes to Carla's, Mama Clump is like, "Oh, are you still mad about what your father said in there?" Like,
well,
and like trying to hype him up.
Well, maybe they could have like cut something. Maybe they could have just had the family dinner.
They definitely could have shortened that scene a lot.
Then maybe they could have at least shortened it then.
One thing I will say about that scene too, before we move on to the next part, there's a cut of Cletus like buttering a half a bun that's the same, but it's twice in the scene. At the start when he's bickering with Grandma Clump, and then during the exchange after, he's like, I would like to volunteer to take this old bird out to her misery.
Oh God, what was I gonna say? Oh, there was talk of putting Eddie Murphy's head on the little boy's face, but the CGI technology just wasn't there in '96 to do it.
Yikes.
So, yeah.
The guy, actually, that kid, Jamal Mixon, was actually rumored to be one of the front runners to play Fat Albert in the Fat Albert movie. But then, of course, the role went to Kenan Thompson.
Oh, I would have liked him. Don't get me wrong, I like Kenan Thompson, but I would have preferred him.
He would have been hilarious as Fat Albert.
Yeah. We cut to after dinner, and Clump and his mama are having a special moment. And his mama tells him that he can do anything if he believes in himself. That motivates him to go to Miss Purdy's apartment after looking up her number in the employee handbook and stalking her. If you really break that down.
Address, yeah, like
he almost chickens out, but mans up, and she agrees. She agrees, and they agree on a date for Friday.
I got myself a date Friday night at 8, and I will not be late. She might be my date, your mate. That would be so great, 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 great.
God damn it, Club! Shut up there.
Hoorah, Sunday Teddy Pendergrass, Teddy P. Number 6, yeah.
Sherman arrives home in a great mood listening to Teddy Pendergrass, and then watches TV and fantasizes himself in a parody of From Here to Eternity. He wakes up to Lance Perkins motivating him, and it leads to an exercise montage, which I like the montage because...
Still hungry?
Yes. Maybe you should try Jenny Craig.
One hand on you.
That I like that he couldn't get the dancing at first, and then he finally gets in. Everybody freaks out. I don't know, just something.
Yeah.
We cut to Sherman's date at the Scream and opening act Montel Jordan performing his hit song "This Is How We Do It."
Mm-hmm.
As Sherman and Purdy show up, we see Sherman's weight being an issue as he gets to their seat. The MC then introduces comedian Reggie Warrington, played by, of course, Dave Chappelle, who proceeds to roast audience members. Sherman knows he is going to be picked out, tries to leave, but he is caught by Reggie. Clump tries to take it on the chin, but Reggie lays into him harder, leaving Sherman and Purdy lost for words and sad.
Who's sucking on whose titties here?
After the date, Purdy tries to clear Clump up with no luck, which, you know, I don't think even in 96 that comedian would have got away with this.
No.
Yeah, it seemed a little much. It was
like
obviously done for comedic and dramatization.
Yeah,
but,
for movie.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, if that would happen in real life, like, no matter how nice of a guy you are, no matter how nice of a guy they're painting Clump to be, Clump would have fucking got up there and ate him by then.
Well, when you think about it, especially in the blooper reel, when Cletus is like, I saw Sherman get so hungry once when he was young, he beat up a grown man. Like, I can't see that Sherman just would have sat there.
Well, you also got to think he was on a date, so he didn't want to lose his shit. So I guess you could look at it that way too.
I suppose, but Reggie brought Carla in when he was like, "Who is sucking on whose titties here?"
Yeah, and then she like covers up her shit, like, oh shit, Sherman is back at home, watching Lance Perkins again. This
pouring
time
Skittles down his throat.
M&Ms.
Oh, okay.
This time eating ice cream and M&Ms, donuts. Sherman begins to cry and changes the channel, and he has another fantasy. This time a mixture of King Kong and Godzilla. Sherman wakes up.
Oh, Sherman, you look fabulous, Sherman. Oh, I've got some fried chicken for you.
Sherman wakes up and goes straight to his lab and prepares a serum for himself that was testing on a hamster from earlier. What was the hamster's name? Shelly, thank you. Clump collapses to the floor, and when he pulls himself back up, he is a skinnier version of himself.
Nothing but air there, nothing but air there. My ass is gone now. I'm thin. Well, I'll be damned. I can see my dick.
He goes to buy spandex, exercises with no hazards, and by that I mean no like fat in the way. And eat whatever he likes while he tells everyone that he's thin. No titties. No titties. Well, you got titties. They look good though. They look good. Which again, I don't think that would happen these days.
No.
You'd have been slapped and like
Probably kicked out at that point.
Coughed.
What? I was just telling her she had nice titties. What's the problem?
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to pay for that now.
Which side note? It's 2023. You know, we're living in a progressive world. Why can't we just say to a girl like in a non-sexual way, "Hey, nice titties," and then just move on with our day? Everything's gotta be so fucking PC, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Purdy then shows up at Clump's lab to find the skinny version of himself. He tells her that he is a friend of Sherman and comes up with the name Buddy Love on the spot. But while speaking to Purdy, parts of Sherman begin poking through and he dismisses Purdy quickly. Sherman, late for his class, shows up and quickly dismisses him without knowing Dean Richmond is there. Purdy runs into Sherman, and Sherman encourages Purdy to go out with Buddy, which, in a way I kind of get it, but in a way I kind of don't.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. We then see Buddy on the way to the Scream in his nice Viper, you know?
I stroke it to the east, I stroke it to the west. The song that's playing is Stroking by Clarence Carter.
There you go. But Buddy is late and Purdy wants to leave.
That was a fucking nice suit too, by the way. That was a fucking ridiculous suit.
Buddy begs Purdy to stay, which I love that. I love her. He's like, "You want me to beg? Please. I'm sorry. I had to get gas." She's like, "All right, I'll stay." He's like, "Come on, man. I'm hungry." Just snaps right out of it. I fucking love that. Which that's another question I have. I don't know the science behind. I don't know the fake science behind this, but like, okay, so Sherman makes a serum to reformulate DNA. Okay, so that makes him a skinnier version of Buddy Love. So Buddy Love is able to eat whatever he wants. So like at dinner with Purdy, he has 6 T-bone steaks, all this shit like that. So where does the weight go? Does the weight go to Buddy or does it go to Sherman?
I think the structure of the molecular DNA with Buddy is that much different than Sherman's, so that his metabolism, it just burns it off rather than actually building, and so therefore Sherman's not fatter as a result. I don't know. They didn't really.
I didn't expect your answer to be that fucking long, to be honest.
Well,
put a lot more thought into it.
Yeah, you put a lot more thought into it than I anticipated.
I really enjoy this movie, man.
We could tell.
I fucking love this movie.
This is like fucking reviewing Ready to Rumble with me all over again. Fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
The MC announces Reggie Warrington again, but Buddy begins to heckle him to where he can't even tell any jokes.
This was probably my favorite scene.
Yes.
It was honestly, I wasn't sure where they were going with it at first, but it was done so fucking well. The fucking comedy, the comedian gets fucking heckled and just like fucking quits. It was fucking incredible.
And then he's like, "I've had it with you now." And he takes off his hat, and there was no punchline even needed.
Come on, that ain't your hair. Take that pile of shit off of your head, man.
Oh shit. And Buddy then lays into Reggie. Buddy makes his way to the stage, still making fun of Reggie. Reggie then tries to fight Buddy, but with no luck. Buddy disposes of him in the piano.
Yeah, and then plays a song with him.
Loving you.
How shit takes.
Is easy cause you're beautiful. Do 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 do, Reggie. That was lovely.
Purdy is impressed with Buddy, and they share a kiss, and Sherman starts coming out again, and he leaves. A student, aka Jason, notices Buddy using Clump's credit card and confronts a half Buddy, half Sherman in his car as hijinks ensue. Sherman then transforms back, revealing himself. Sherman arrives late to his class to find Dean Richmond, who confronts him about putting the Viper, the Viper he drove for his date, on the faculty account. Dean seems to be taking it well, and is because he is having Sherman meet personally with the wealthy donor on Friday to get the money, and threatens to kill him.
Harlan Hartley.
That seems extreme.
But he doesn't mean that as a euphemism. He means he will strangle him.
Yeah,
Cut off his air supply.
Yeah.
I think there's like HR issues there or something. I don't know. My boss threatened to kill me. What?
Well, hey, there was nobody around, so it'd be his word against his. You know?
I guess. I don't know. My boss threatened to kill me. I'm pretty sure if I took that to HR,
well, but here's the thing. Okay, let's play with your theory. Like, Sherman goes to HR. Hey, Dean Richmond threatened to kill me. All Dean Richmond would have to do is he put a $20,000 car on the account.
I don't think that would hold up, though.
I think it would.
He did that, but I don't know if that's worth like threatening to kill somebody.
I think it would.
Well, but Dean Richmond has this affinity for Clump because Clump has always like been costing him like money because of all his
gives him reason to threaten to kill him.
Well, but if you watch the second one too, he hates him just as much.
Well, he doesn't hate him until the hamster fucking,
Oh, fucks him, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't want to know. Is it Eminem style, like "Fack"?
What?
You never heard "Fack" by Eminem?
No.
Oh, gerbil in the ass.
That's called gerbling.
Well,
it's not
true.
A hamster. And this is a giant hamster molesting Larry Miller.
Oh, I don't know if that's better than what I was thinking.
No, probably not.
I don't think it's any
in
different.
2000, in that time though, it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sherman arrives at his lab, and Jason reveals that being Buddy is dangerous. But Sherman likes the way people treat him as Buddy. Sherman then invites Purdy over to dinner with his family after she believes Buddy has brushed her off. We cut to another family dinner where the family is trying to get to know Purdy and asking and telling her inappropriate things, which...
Are you and Sherman having relations?
Which all the... Like, Sherman's, like, facial expressions for everything everybody says at the table is just great.
I love when Grandma Club's chatting and Junior's just fucking got this little dance going.
No, when the dad just like, oh yeah, you know what, farts, and he just looks at him like, why did you just do that? Like that. Why did you just do that look? Like, oh my god.
No, yeah, I went to break up the argument, and it's like, my baby is not getting married. Oh yeah. It just farts right then and there. And it's just like, why did you have to go off popping off gas in front of this young lady?
And the only person that used to make me moist, the only white man that ever made me moist, was Michael Douglas. I tell you what.
Mike Douglas, you know.
Sherman is increasingly becoming embarrassed, trying to cut his wrist with a butter knife. I saw that. He had the butter knife up to his wrist. I never noticed that before.
Fucking Junior's pointing and laughing at him. Like,
Clump's dad passes gas, and Sherman dies of embarrassment. Sherman apologizes to Purdy on the walk home, and Purdy basically friend zones Sherman, which that was like watching a baby seal get clubbed.
Yeah. And he's like, good friend. Yeah. Okay.
Sherman comes back to the lab and transforms into Buddy Love as Jason tries to prevent him from leaving. Buddy tricks him into the closet, which I love that line where he's just like, Buddy just laughs like, ha ha ha! Good night, hamster boy! Ha ha ha! And just takes off. I love that. Purdy arrives home to a home filled with flowers from Buddy Love. Buddy takes Purdy to a hotel and he wants to get a room so they could eat privately.
Yeah, right.
Purdy
That's
runs
what you do in a hotel room. Eat privately.
Purdy runs into Dean Richmond. Dean asks if she had seen Clump as he is late for the grant meeting. Buddy agrees to take Clump's place, which I love. I love that was his big pitch. You know, like he just walked over like, here, let me tell you. And he writes the formula on the fucking chalkboard. He's like, there you go. Have a good night. See you later. Buddy
This
then
is what we call turkey neck.
Buddy then sells his serum to the donor, played by the late great James Corbin. Which again, a great. Oh yeah, whatever. If you've never seen him in anything, highly check out Maverick, the Richard Donner film. Great flick.
That's a great movie.
Buddy then sells the serum to the donor while trashing a room full of fatties. Which, let's be real, everybody in that room just happened to be fat. What are the odds?
Arms.
Except for that table full of girls, which I like.
Is this the nice ass?
Yeah, is this the nice ass section over here? I like that. He likes the idea, and Dean asks if he can prove it. If he can prove that it works tomorrow, the money is theirs. Buddy throws a party. Oh no, Buddy throws a party. Burning all the Lance Perkins meals at Sherman's house. Purdy shows up the next morning to discuss Buddy and apologize, but Purdy thinks Clump is in with Love, which, I mean,
he is Love.
Yeah, she's kind of right, but kind of wrong too.
Yeah.
Jason arrives to tell Sherman that he has been fired and Love has been hired in his place, which, again, it's a movie. I get it, but isn't there like background checks and
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can I see your like PhD certificate?
Your credentials?
Unless you're like a drug dealer.
Sherman again watching. Is there anybody else on fucking TV but Lance Perkins?
Oh,
well, evidently, yeah, because he watched that movie earlier, but
yeah,
he
but
just
like, fuck. Okay,
always watches Lance Perkins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he watch anybody else? Fuck. Sherman is watching Lance Perkins when he finds out Buddy has recorded over the tape, taunting him. Clump dumps the serum and decides to go for the money himself. Excuse me. Sherman drinks a Lance Perkins mega shake, but it was laced with the formula, and then reveals his plan to kill Sherman to Jason before knocking him out. Buddy arrives to prove that the formula works, which there was a great line here. And again, for the people at home, I'm saying this in context of the movie, but Buddy shows up on stage and he's like, okay, Nigarachi, take a break. Telling the piano. That was a great line. Jason arrives.
Showtime.
Yeah, Jason arrives to try and stop Buddy, but gets knocked out again. Jason tries to punch Buddy and no-sells it. Sherman fights Buddy from inside his own body, which, it amazes me that they had the technology to pull off that scene in 1996, but not putting Eddie's face on the little boy's body. You know,
it might have looked a little too weird.
Maybe that could be it. Sherman emerges and gives a speech about who he thought. Sherman emerges victorious and gives a speech about who he thought he wanted to be and learned that it's about being happy with yourself. Purdy and Sherman patch things up and share a dance at the banquet. Hartley, the wealthy donor, reveals to Dean that they will receive the money. Sherman dances with Purdy as the movie ends with bloopers.
I fucking love this movie, man.
So Shelby, what do you think?
Not my kind of movie.
You suck, Shelby.
I'm sorry. And at one point I wrote in my notes, yeah, sorry, Nick, fuck this movie. Fart jokes, fat jokes, The
Well,
scene.
I mean, when you have a main character that big and its predecessor on that, there's expected to be fat jokes.
I guess. I don't know. The scene in the where he's going at Reggie was my favorite scene in the movie. That was fucking great. But the rest of the movie, I was just kind of sitting there like, this is not what I kind of enjoy. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
I fucking love this movie. Fucking 10 out of 10. I fucking love it. One of the funniest movies I've ever watched. Still holds up for me. Like, when I first saw this, it was fucking 1996. And my buddy at the time, like, my best friend at the time, he was like, oh, yeah, I wanted to get you the movie Fluke, which is about this dog, but they didn't have it. So I got you this one instead. And it was The Nutty Professor, like, on VHS. And I watched the shit out of the tape. And I bought the DVD the first chance I got. And I fucking love this movie, man.
Yeah, like when I first saw it in theaters back then, yeah, it was fucking hysterical. And when it came out on video, yes, video. Yeah, I watched it a lot, and it was great. But like again, this is much like when we watch the old pay-per-views. Like I said earlier, it's much like when we watch old pay-per-views. When I was just like, as a kid, when I used to watch them on VHS tapes that my sister's boyfriend would give me, they were fucking awesome. And then like watching them now, as a reviewer, it's just like yikes. You know, what the fuck? But I will say most of this movie does hold up pretty well. It is 1996, so like some of the effects in there do seem kind of dated.
For sure.
Like when Eddie and Buddy were fighting each other within their own body, you could look at that and be like, you know. But it was 96, you know.
Yeah.
I agree that the first dinner scene could at least been shortened. Maybe not cut all together, but at least
I get the reason of having the second one just because they've introduced somebody else. But I guess you could say too that if they didn't have the first one, the second one wouldn't have made quite as much sense.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that as well, but yeah, that was definitely my least favorite scene in the entire movie. It just felt like a fucking 10-minute long fart joke that didn't really need to be there.
Yeah.
And like, here's the thing too, right? Like 10-year-old me probably would have found it fucking hilarious, but it's like,
yeah, it's kind of.
And I'll compare it to, you say, like when we review old pay-per-views, when we review like the fucking tag team bra and panties match.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I loved that when I was like 14, but now I'm fucking 30 and like, it just doesn't hit the same.
I was exactly gonna say that. Like when we reviewed Invasion and like the tag team bra and panties match, like I was gonna say, like when you were younger, probably loved it, but now you're like, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah, it's a bad match, and it's just bra and panties, like, you know, and that's similar to this.
Do I think it's that bad though? No. I can't go 10 out of 10 like Nick says. I'm gonna go 7 out of 10 because I still rather enjoyed it. I did, like I said earlier, I watched the sequel right after it, and I was just like, yikes, this, no. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did still rather enjoy this, you know. It held my attention, you know, even though I had to take notes and everything like that, but, you know. This is why I hate doing the movie review episodes, because, like, y'all get to sit there and watch the movie and take little notes and shit. I gotta write the whole plot.
Well, I basically did write the whole plot for this one, but...
Well, fuck, you might as well act out the whole goddamn movie for us.
I fucking love this movie, man. I always have. I always fucking laugh, like, just fucking, it's ridiculous. Because I always laugh like a fucking idiot at this, but, you know, it's one of those things.
And you know what? It's like, it's one of those movies you watch when you were a kid. It's like fucking Smokey and the Bandit for me. You know, it's you remember, you have those memories from when you watched it. So it's fair. I understand.
I guess to Nick, this movie is so hilarious, maybe it'll be just as funny as Wrestlelicious.
No.
That wasn't as good as the other ones.
That was definitely not as good as the other ones. The other ones weren't that good anyways.
Yeah, they were.
Fuck off.
They were fucking good. I will say that. The other ones were really good.
I just kept taunting. Did you catch on to it at first when I was doing that?
Who?
Me?
Yeah.
I did. I just was just like, I don't want to respond to this because I don't want to like increase this behavior. I just want to like ignore it. Plus, it was like working, and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have time for this.
Oh shit. Okay. So that was our review of 1996's Nutty Professor, and we figured for this week, I gave him a choice between Movie Edition 3-Word Dance or He Said What. And usually the first one to answer is usually what I go with, and Nick was just like, He Said What. So I was like, all right, that wins. So that's what we're gonna do. So for those of you who've never heard He Said What, and because believe it or not, there are a couple of people out there who only listen to our movie episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, go figure. So for those of you who don't know, He Said What is a game where we put in these funny little mouthpieces that make a sound in air like that, and then we say phrases, usually wrestling related, but for this edition, we're going to be doing movie titles or actors or such like that.
Yeah.
Don't forget our sponsor.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, sponsor.
We have a sponsor. I forgot about that. But before we get to the actual game, but that's how the game is played, just so y'all know. But before we actually play the game, we got to give a quick shout out to the great people over at MoviesAreUSA.net, where you can head on over there and find yourself some hard to find movies and TV shows that have either never been released on Blu-ray or haven't been released on Blu-ray in quite a long time. You can get those on Blu-ray or DVD by special request for movies only, not TV shows. And they'll put those on Blu-ray for you for a great, reasonable price. And if that price just isn't reasonable enough for you, you can use our checkout code, that being 3-way, the word or the number, doesn't matter which one you use, because both of them are going to save you 50% on your purchase. And if you guys are a fan of the Scream movies, the 6th one was just released on MoviesAreUSA.net on high definition, fucking 9.9 Dolby Sound Blu-ray. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but they got it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So you can get that on MoviesAreUSA.net. And if you want Scream 6 right now, do you know how much you'd have to pay right now for Scream 6 on MoviesAreUSA.net right now with our checkout code?
No.
$10.
Whoa.
$10.
10 whole bucks.
$10 whole dollars, $5 shipping. But if you spend over $50 on MoviesAreUSA.net, you're going to get free shipping within the United States. But don't worry, international listeners, we know you listen. I look at the analytics. I know you're out there listening to everything. Unfortunately, though, that little spend 50, get free shipping trick is not going to work for you, but you can still use that checkout code 3-way and save yourself 50% because it is expensive to ship overseas and or out of the country. So we know you're listening out there. So head on over to MoviesAreUSA.net today. Pick you up some movies and TV shows for a great price. All right, now we're actually going to play He Said What here. So I have 3 categories written down: 1, 2, or 3.
5.
5 minus 3 is 2. So okay.
I like how you found a way to make that work.
I know. The category is horror movies.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Say it.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, I actually had that one too. I just wasn't quick enough. Fuck.
Higher.
Hellfire?
No, higher.
Higher.
Yeah, higher.
Terrifier.
There you go.
Heyo.
Great movie if you haven't seen it.
I haven't. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's about this like evil clown, and he just for no reason just starts killing people. It's fucking great. The effects are awesome. The kills are great. It's so good. The second one is fucking amazing. All right. Harris.
Critters.
Nah, Harris.
Tremors.
There you go, Tremors. Right, next one. And all day. And all day.
Exit Holiday.
Nah. There
April Fool's Day.
you go.
I think I've actually seen that one.
Yeah,
No,
it's from
I'm
the
thinking of
80s.
Happy Death Day. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Sorry.
Happy Death Day is good too, though. That's
Yeah,
good.
I like that one
I
actually.
like that one. I even like the second one. A lot of people rag on the second one, but I like it.
Mm.
All right, the last one here. This last one's a good one. Your last one in horror movies. Here we go. Cowgirls.
Call Girls?
Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Yeah. Showgirls.
How is that a horror movie?
Have you ever seen it?
Well, yeah.
People out here getting AIDS and shit.
All right, I'll go next. 1, 2, or 3.
20.
19.
So we'll go with 1 then.
There you
Because
go.
20 minus 19 is 1. So box office bombs.
Ooh.
So just a minute here.
Interesting.
The Hunters Hahina Nash.
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
And the next one. Geely.
Geely.
Yeah.
Not as bad as movies people make it out to be.
Number 3. Tarishi Accessora.
Huh.
Tarishi Accessora.
Harishi X versus Senna.
No.
Oh, Ballistic X versus Sever.
Yeah.
That is
Next
I
one.
love Lucy Liu, but that is a terrible fucking movie.
Next one. Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah. And last one. Titan AE.
Titan AE.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a clean
Damn.
sweep, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Category.
I think the last one I kind of understood. All right. First one we're gonna. Well, you know what? 1 or 2.
1.
2.
One was said first, so actors.
Okay.
Ah.
Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
No.
Bret Butt.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis.
No.
Oh.
Eric Roberts.
No.
Lorenzo Lamas.
No. Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds is correct.
Damn.
Archie. Gary.
Dan Lee.
Gary.
Daryl Lee.
Gary.
Daryl Lee.
No. Gary.
Jeremy Reed.
Is his full name that?
Jeremy Renner. Christopher Reeve.
Got that. No.
Orville Brown.
No. Technically, you didn't get his name right. It's very close to Jerry Reed.
Jerry Lewis.
No. Also a country singer. Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed.
Elvis Presley.
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed is correct.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I gotta look at Jerry Reed was in Smoking the Bandit. He was the truck driver. He was the fucking snowman. That's why I had to look it up because I was like, is his name actually Jeremy Reed? All right, next one. Hey,
Anthony Hopkins.
no. Dwayne Johnson.
Jolene Johnson.
No. Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson is correct. Next one. R. Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick.
No. Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Yes.
Oh, I fucking love Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, you see. Last one. Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. You know what movie she's in?
The Menu.
The Menu.
All right, 1 or 2.
2.
20.
I can't do the math on that. So we'll just go with Nick's 2, which is 90s flicks. Here we go. Wild
Wild West.
Yeah. Hey.
Hermie.
No. Hey.
Quang.
No. Clean.
Sorry again, I was laughing.
Scream.
There you go.
All
right.
Braveheart?
No. Dart.
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 Planet Earth?
No. Dart.
Robert.
Red Alert?
No. Dart.
John Dirt. Oh, Joe Dirt.
There you go.
That was 2001.
What's it, 2001?
Yep.
Guess what? I was 99.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. All right, well, fuck. Close enough.
Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Something 8.
What? Oh. Right.
Can't hardly wait.
There you go. And the last one. Pass.
Species?
What? Oh. Pass.
Taurus.
No. Pass.
Prius.
No. Pass.
Virus?
No.
Loris.
No. Pass.
Planet Earth.
Oh.
What did you say?
Planet Earth?
No. Pass.
I got nothing.
Again.
Pass.
Fuck yeah, I got nothing either.
I only got a stumper. Clueless.
Oh.
That did not sound like Clueless.
I was saying it, Clueless.
I'm sure you were, but it didn't sound like it.
All right.
It's the way the game works sometimes.
So 2 or 3?
2.
3. Fuck.
Well, to break the tie, I'm going to go 2. It's actresses. So, first one.
Jada Pinkett.
No.
Oh.
Hahigaha.
Gilbert
Hiroki
Gottfried.
Goto.
No. Hahigaha.
Fuck you, Tyler.
What did Tyler do to you?
Hahigaha.
Fucking Goldberg.
Hahigaha.
Lucky Goldberg?
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Lucky Goldberg.
Next one. Next one. Jennifer
Jennifer Lawrence?
No.
What was it again?
Jennifer
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
There you go.
AKA
That's
Jennifer, AKA Jennifer Love Huge Tits.
Next one.
Wow.
Jennifer.
Say again.
Jennifer.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Next one. Calista Haka.
Callista Flockhart?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. And last one. Jenna Elfman.
Jenna Elfman?
Holy shit, they're in a category again.
Was that 2 sweeps?
No, because I didn't
Yeah.
get the second one, did I?
Yeah, you did. You got
I was going to
Jennifer
say, I don't
Hewitt.
think I got it. Yeah.
You got all 5?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Bow before me as your god!
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, my last category here is movies, and I just blank just movies.
Oh wow, creative.
I know. I said.
Is the first one Smokey and the Bandit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Narnia.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
The Menu.
That is correct.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck, I couldn't hear it.
Second one.
Flicker.
Huh?
No. Rar.
The Rower.
No. Rar.
Rougher.
No. Rar.
Flower.
No. I don't think you guys are gonna get this.
Flipper.
No. Rar.
A flubber.
No. Close. Is it
Rubber.
Rar? Say it again.
Rubber.
Rar.
That's what
Rubber
I
is
said.
correct. Okay, I couldn't hear you, so. All right. Third one. Okay.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be in there somewhere.
Yeah. Next one. The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Godfather.
And last one. CCK.
Citizen Kane.
There you go.
All right, my last one here is childhood favorites.
Are these your childhood favorites or just in general?
A little bit of both.
Fair.
Arger.
Argar.
Arger.
Drop Dead Fred.
I dare you hear Drop Dead Head.
No, it's Argar.
Arger.
Good Burger.
There you go.
Oh, fuck.
That's I hear ya.
Matilda.
There you go. Hey, Sam. Hey,
Haku.
Sam. What?
Haku.
No. Hey, Sam.
Page Master.
Atrium.
No.
Space Jam.
There you go. All right. This one's kind of a long one, but it might give it away.
What? I couldn't even fathom a guess at that one. I'm just gonna tap out now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, me too.
That's too much to remember.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Oh.
And the last one here. Oh,
God damn it.
Wow.
You know, you always add this extra stuff after the word, and you think it helps us, but it really doesn't. It does
I have
the complete
nothing at all
opposite
with this.
of what you're hoping it does. I don't know. Maybe you're not even hoping it does that. I don't really know.
That should help. Listen again. All right. I'll say the title, then the extra, okay?
Okay.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
Now you're fucking close. They're like, sit, hold on, that's it on, higher,
I've got nothing.
Fucking.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Oh my God. We need to limit this to like 3 words. Fucking hell.
All right, I have one final category. It's 90s movies. So, Baby Geniuses.
Baby
Geniuses.
Yeah.
Hey,
Next
I
one.
got one. Holy shit.
Next one. Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and confused.
Yeah. Next one. Ahara Zataha.
Ahari Sanazar. No.
Ashra in Central Park.
Fool in Central Park.
Ashra in Central Park. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Next one. Harriet the Shy.
Harriet the Vari?
No. Harriet the Shy.
Harriet the Spy.
Yeah. And last one. Running in the Shy High School Union.
Talk about me and my long titles.
Rolling in the Saha School Indians.
No. Running in the Shy High School Union.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
That's it. There's that. You gotta go. Yep.
Fucking love that movie. It's like in my top 20 favorite movies.
Damn.
So good. So good. Can't believe y'all couldn't get Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I could get, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, you know, fuck. It was all right there. Unless y'all just weren't Ranger fans.
I should have gone.
I watched like the show when I was a kid, but like I was really young.
I saw
then.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie in the fucking theater.
Same.
And I didn't get that. Fuck.
Did you see the new one they came out with? The Once and Always
Yes,
stuff?
I actually not once and always. I did see like the theatrical one that they did. I saw that twice actually.
Yeah, the new one was dope.
I didn't watch
see the theaters, but I did watch the new one. The new one's fucking great.
I gotta watch
that might be like on my list of like next ones we do.
Oh.
Because it was so good. It's so underrated. All right. Oh no. My bell's missing.
Oh no.
You can't end the show without my bell.
That's true.
Or maybe we can, because I cannot find that fucker.
Well, I mean, this isn't the wrestling one either. So.
I know, but still, it's become like tradition at this point.
Good ding ding ding.
Just add it in post.
There's the bell.
We're gonna add it in post. What am I, fucking a hack?
I don't think that's how that works.
Shut up. There's the bell. So we know what that means. That signifies the end of the three-way dance. Goes to the movies this week. We will be back next week where we review Lockdown 2008, which is the main event.
TNA.
Hey, our first ever TNA retro pay-per-view review. You know, but we'll see how that works out. And then the week after that, we will be doing WWE Backlash, which so far, you know what they're billing as the main event of that show right now?
Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny?
No, the Triple Threat United States title match.
Oh, yuck.
Not Cody and Lesnar, but the Triple Threat.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Theory versus Reed versus Lesnar. Or Lashley.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. But I'm down to see Bad Bunny and Priest. I think that's going to be good.
Well, that or Lesnar and Rose should be the main event.
Yeah, really. So is Bad Bunny not hosting anymore? Because I heard something where he's like, I'm not hosting anymore. I'm wrestling.
He's wrestling. Damn it.
I'm not hosting Backlash anymore. You are now facing me in a street fight. You know, I don't know why I gave him an Arab accent, but. All right, so that's going to do it for us this week. We will see you next week with Backlash. Lockdown 2008. So for Nick and my Wrestlelicious partner, Shelby.
No. I'm out. Peace.
Be breezy.